meat right now.
Hey there, fellow travelers. Mark here with Wolters. Today we're here in Albania, and today we're going to give you like 5 little things you should definitely eat when you come here to Albania. And number 1 on the list, this is what your local friends will tell you have to have burek. You know, the flaky pastry stuff. And the thing is, here in Albania, when you do have burek, a lot more times it's cheese and vegetable kind of based kind of stuff. Not as much meat as you'll have like in Montenegro and other parts of the Balkans. So, number 1, definitely don't miss out on the burek. Now, burek, I want to tell you, you can have that morning, noon, and night. It's a street food. You can have it anytime. You'll be good to go. And those meatballs, you can have as a main, or you can have it as a starter. You'll see it on the menu in very different ways. But there's some really like main dishes I think you really should know when you do come here. So, tavi kose is basically the national dish. It's lamb and rice and like yogurt and together. I mean, it's just a fantastic like baked dish. Like you will really, really like that. And then probably the one drink you really have to have when you're here is rakia. Rakia is usually a fruit brandy, like a grape brandy. I actually found it a little bit smoother here in Albania than I found in other countries. But that's something you're going to have. It's a good starter to get your appetite ready for some of the great food you're going to have when you're here. And when you get your raki, it's gazua, which is cheers. Remember, you always cheers. You look in your eyes. So I'm looking at your eyes. Cheers, gazua. And oh yeah, you don't slam it. Raki is always a sipper. Because otherwise, it comes through your nose.
Unless you're Greek, and then you just sip it, and it is, you know, part of your blood.
Now, if you're going to have that rakia, the grape one is kind of more common. However, if you see a green one, that is probably made with mulberry, okay? And that's going to be a little bit stronger than the rakia you're kind of used to. So just be aware of that if you get that one. Also, the wine. There's a lot of wine you can have when you are here in Albania. They grow it all around the country. There's a really great microclimate here to make some good wine. So you can drink wine when you're here. There's a lot of really good things when you are here to drink, eat, and enjoy. I think the next thing I want to tell you to eat when you are here are kofta. It has different names throughout the country, but basically you're looking at the meatballs when you're here. And the meatballs, and sometimes they'll come in a clay pot when they have it for you with the sauce. But honestly, meatballs, something you really have to have when you are here. All right. Another dish sounds similar, the taveteo, and basically what this is, it could be liver, but most likely you're probably going to have, you know, beef in there, baked with like a ricotta cheese or a cottage cheese. I mean, it's really, really a tasty thing. You can do that. Another one you're going to look for is yufka, and yufka is basically, if you think about your grandma, her chicken and noodles recipe, basically chicken and noodles casserole, which sounds really boring, but actually it's really tasty when you are here, and that's one thing you can get, and it's a very traditional dish. And just think of like really like thicker pasta noodles with the chicken and all the other fun, tasty stuff in there. Oh, you can't go wrong with that. And the thing is, some of these dishes can be heavy, and when you're here in the summertime and it can be a bit hot, it can be a bit much, but I'll be honest with you, it's worth having. So a starter I really recommend, a warm starter that I really like, is frigese. And frigese, yes, I know I'm butchering the Albanian. I apologize. I'm doing my best, but the people are so nice when I say, you know, fala minderit, when I say thank you, so they don't really correct me too often. But the thing is, if you have the frigese, it's a really good starter. You put it on bread. You might eat it by yourself. To be honest, I liked it that way too. But what it is, it's basically baked cottage cheese that has peppers in it, or might have peppers and tomatoes in it. It's really, really good on bread. Like, I do recommend that as a starter. Okay, don't forget, when you do come to Albania, they got a lot of really good foods here. Frigese, I know I'm pronouncing it wrong, but basically cottage cheese with some peppers in it, and there could be tomatoes in there as well. This is really good. Put it on bread. You can eat it by yourself. It's fantastic. Also, the kofta, the meatballs here, super good. If you get it with the sauce, there's different sauces, but this really good. And also, don't forget, Albania has its own wine as well. So enjoy eating and drinking here. Thing is, there's so many good foods when you're here that you really can explore around the country, because yes, you can have a lot of really good just plain meat dishes here. You know, if you like the little like meat fingers, you know, those kind of things, they'll pop everywhere. If you want to get, you know, the doner kebab stuff, yeah, souvlaki, you can have that. I mean, there's a lot of really good meat dishes, meat-based dishes you can have when you're here. If you're near the sea and you're going to be on the coastline, yes, you're going to have the sea bass, sea bream, calamari. You're going to have the seafood when you're there. And the thing is, there's just a lot of really good food when you are here. But the thing is, a lot of it's the more natural base. You're not going to have the hormones, the organic stuff here. No. Albania, they like eating their Albanian food and Albanian grown food too. But if you do get tired of Albanian food, do know that there are plenty of Italian and Greek restaurants and all kinds of stuff that you can have as well. And the thing is, a lot of people after 91, when the regime ended and people could move, a lot of people went to Greece, they went to Italy, and they learned how to cook there, and they came back, and so they opened a lot of Italian and Greek places. But now you're having this kind of swing back to, no, let's eat real Albanian food again. So that's kind of a cool thing, and you can enjoy that when you're here.
So in Albania, do not forget about the meat. Holy cow, all of the meats, they're so good. There's like all these different grilled meats. There's chicken, there's beef, there's pork, there's lots of veal, there's lamb. You'll find all of it, and it's really great. But when you're on the coast, the fish is also really good too. So, but meat's kind of my jam right now because I'm inland, and it's really good.
Another thing when you are here in Albania, don't miss out on the cheeses. There's so many great cheeses you can try. They're all good. You'll be happy. And with the cheese, don't forget to get some of the jams. You put the jams on the bread, which is great, but honestly, with the cheeses, all these jams, all this homemade jam stuff is awesome. So definitely eat that when you're here too. Hey, don't forget, when you're coming to Albania, they do love their own produce, and you will have lots of options with lots of fresh fruit when you are here. The cheeses are really good as well. You're going to have that. And when you're driving around the country, you're going to get a chance to really get really local food. But I will tell you, you'll notice a lot of things are really affordable here in Albania, but don't think the gas is cheap. The gas seems to be much more expensive than you have like in the neighboring countries, so do be aware of that part. Everything else is pretty affordable, but the gas, I'm not so sure. Also, another thing is, don't forget about the bunkers when you are here. Yes, there are literally like 170,000 bunkers, everyone keeps telling us, but literally thousands of bunkers, and you'll see them. You'll see them around when you go around, and you can visit like Bunkar 1 and 2, which are two museums in Tirana you can see, so you can actually go into them. But there's other ones that are there. The thing is, remember I talked about those good cheeses? Well, part of the thing is, not really sure what do we do with all of the bunkers. Well, good place to store some cheese and some good wine when you're here in Albania. Something I want to tell you about, when you're here in Albania, the whole slow food movement is a huge thing when you're here. A lot of farm to table stuff, because as it was an isolated country for a long time, they were used to kind of supplying all their own stuff. And when they first got kind of like free from the communist times, people like Italian restaurants and all kinds of stuff kind of went away. But this new really good movement here in Albania where it's all about, hey, let's bring it back. Let's get our food, our stuff. And so you'll have great things like the cheeses and the fruits and the veg that's here. You know, the burek you have for breakfast, pressed cheese or onion, tomato, whatever, that's actually locally produced. That's one of those great things. So definitely don't get in a hurry. Try the slow food movement. You're really going to like it. But I will tell you, when you come here, do expect a little bit slow service when you're in Albania. Super friendly, super helpful. You just need some time to get your order, get your stuff through, but you will really enjoy it when you are here. Now, I do want to tell you, when you do go to restaurants, it's always a good idea when you go in to say Mira dita, which is good day. And if you get really good food, which you will, it's always nice to say thank you. And thank you in Albanian is faleminderit. So you know those two things, you're going to be fine. Everyone's going to smile because they're so used to tourists not knowing any Albanian, so it's going to be fun. I mean, it will really make them happier, and you'll get really good service. And I know I said sometimes service can be a bit slow here, but I'll be honest with you, it's always super friendly, super helpful. The locals here love Albania. They love Albanian food. They will make sure you have a good time and you're really having a wonderful meal when you're here. So you don't have to worry about that side of it. Just, have a little patience with it. And the thing is, you're going to need time to eat here because they give you big portions when you are here in Albania. So be ready for that. Also, they're part of the Cleat Plate Cup. So you might want to plan your meals accordingly to make sure you have space to get everything in. And believe me, don't be surprised if you get a freebie here and there if you're going around. People want you to enjoy their country, and Albanians are fantastic. We got the burek we had earlier. It was a free gift. Oh, you want to try some of the free gift? Here, you should try our wine before you go. Have a little bit of our cheese. You have this really great hospitality that's here. That's one of the things I talked about in the Don'ts of Albania, just how great the hospitality is here, and you will get that when you are here. That's why, tourists get upset when it gets a little bit slow in getting the service going, but honestly, it's going to be fantastic service. It just takes a little bit of time. Oh, and if you are thinking about tipping is not mandatory here in Albania, but 5-10%, at least leave them a few euros on the bill so you have that when you're there, or a few lek when you are here. But honestly, you're going to love eating and drinking and making merry when you are here in Albania. So this is just a quick video about some of the things you should eat and drink when you do come here to Albania. Put in the comments down below more fun food you should have when you're here in Albania, because yes, if you are by the coast, you're going to have some fantastic fish, and the meats all around are really good. And it's one of those things I just want to tell you, Albania, don't sell it short, because a lot of people aren't coming here, and you can really enjoy it and be here with very few other tourists, except on the coast. The Albanian coast does get pretty popular. Anyway, I wish you all the best. I'll say bye from here in Albania.